Hello everyone, it's the Cooking with Matthew. Today we're going to be doing a spinach artichoke dip. One of my favorite dips that there is. I've already got 2 onions cut up. I've got a 1/4 stick of margarine over here. I'm using margarine because butter will burn. You know, it'll turn brown. I'm just trying to saute this. You can use vegetable oil, but I used a 1/4 stick of margarine. Is what I've started off with for my sauteing purposes. Done got it hot. I've got this out on about 6. You don't want it real hot. Now I've got it on the small. It's a 2 different burner. I got on the smaller version of it. It says large and small. So I'm trying to get used to all this. That large one is just too. It gets hot too quick. So I've got 1.5 pounds cream cheese, and I've got 8 ounces of Parmesan cheese here that I've shredded up. I'm going to show y'all. I shredded this up myself. It was a wedge. That's a lot of Parmesan cheese once you wedge it up. It's only 1/2 pound, but it looks like way more. And there's my there, and I've got these little artichoke. Bought this brand Virgo. It ends up being, I did the math on it, because that's the only way to really do this properly. I did the math. It's about 15 ounces dry weight of artichoke. I got them up here draining in the sink. And this is about 20 ounces of spinach. So we'll get these onions going and sauteing. Where my little, there we go. I'm going to, I know I've been cheating here lately with this garlic, but I'm trying to use it up. I'm going to go with 1 tablespoon of garlic. I think that's going to be more than enough for what I'm doing today. 1. Okay, so next thing is I've got some chicken broth here. Actually the powder, but I did the right math on it. So this is 1 quart of chicken broth. We're going to use this in our recipe. Stir this around. I don't want these onions too cooked, but I want to make sure they're cooked. I can go ahead and start adding my seasoning. So I've got salt here. I'm going to go with 1 tablespoon of salt should be enough for that. We'll see. If I have to add later. We'll do 1 teaspoon of white pepper. I always like to use white pepper when I'm doing anything like with a cream base. And 1 teaspoon of white pepper. This stuff's pretty strong. So you gotta be careful with the white pepper. It's a little stronger than the black pepper in my opinion. That was tablespoon salt, 1 teaspoon white pepper. Alright, so then we're gonna I've got a little nutmeg right here, and we're just gonna like man, this is just a pinch, what I'm calling it. Pinch of nutmeg. That's what we're going to call that. You can keep this out of the recipe if you don't want it, but I like having a little nutmeg anytime I'm doing a cream base something or other. So we're going to stir this stuff around. So I get all these flavors mixed around together good. Starting to smell real good with the seasonings and the garlic and the onions. Go on, Hogan. Go on. Fixing to show you what we got going on over here. That's what the onions are looking like right now. So they're starting to turn translucent, what we call that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my chicken broth. I'm gonna crank it up on high now. So I want this stuff start cooking. Now this is a pretty quick little thing to make, really. So I'm going to let that chicken broth start going, and then I'm going to start opening these cream cheeses. You can hear it rumbling over already. This is 1.5 pounds of cream cheese. Need to add this. I've already got the Parmesan wrote down. Alright. I'm going to start getting this stuff ready. I'm going to try to keep this video going. Because I'm going to show you how quick, we'll see how long it actually takes me to make this stuff. I think we're going to have it in 15 minutes or less. I don't know, we'll see. I may have to stop it. Probably have to stop it for a minute. Well, so I've got my chicken stock. It ain't boiling yet. We're going to go ahead and start adding some of this cream cheese in there. I'm hoping with all this cheese and stuff, I ain't got to add no cornstarch, but more likely I want to add some cornstarch to it. So I'm going to cut this, put this cream cheese in here. I had that lid somewhere. There it is. So we'll put our lid on our pot and we'll be back. Alright, so we're back. I'm going to show y'all what's going on. This didn't take long. That cream cheese is already I've been mashing it like that a little bit, but it's already pretty much melted. So we're closer to the race being over with. Okay, so I've got that cheese in. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add this Parmesan cheese. I got this fresh Parmesan cheese. It really was about the same price as the bag stuff. That bag stuff sometimes it just ain't good melting cheese. And sometimes this stuff isn't either. I mean, you have to get good Parmesan cheese to make sauces and stuff with. I've seen some of it like it breaks apart or something and gums up if you get some cheaper cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead, I got my spinach bags open. We're gonna go ahead and dump this stuff in too. Which I may not even need that other bag of spinach. We may hold off. I may have overstepped what I needed for this. But I know spinach shrinks down, but we're gonna see how much it shrinks down. So I'm gonna put the lid on, I'm gonna crank it back on high. That may be all I need is the 10 ounces. I may end up cutting half of it out of the recipe. I've got these artichokes over here. And so I've got them drained. And that's what 15 ounces looks like once it's been drained. So we're going to chop this stuff up into more manageable pieces. Like I said, this recipe ain't going to take long. You're going to have some good dip. Oh Lord, I forgot. I need to crank this thing on. I got some tortillas, some fresh tortillas that I want to actually I'm actually going to fry up for this, so I will have to hold off till that grease gets hot enough to. Let's see. We're going to look at this. I'm gonna do a quick little stir. You'll make sure you keep this stuff stirred because you don't want it to, yeah, that one bag of spinach is gonna be plenty. You don't want it to stick, so I'm gonna cut it down on about 6 again. We're gonna go back to 6. You know what? I may end up adding another bag of spinach because I just really want this to be real spinachy. I'm gonna show you what this is looking like with one bag, so y'all can decide what y'all want to do. But I told you it actually, see, it's not really as much spinach as you would think. I was already thinking, man, that stuff it was too much, but no, it shrank down. You seen it was heaping over. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this other bag of spinach. So we want this to be a real good spinachy. Hopefully all this will be thickened up too. And I'm hoping I ain't got to use no cornstarch. Is what my goal is, but we'll see. Well, we always had to use the cornstarch at the Grand Hotel. This is pretty much the Grand Hotel version of it, except I use white wine, so I'm not using white wine in this recipe. We would use a little white wine to deglaze them onions and garlic. And the artichokes we use wasn't as good as these. Are actually really, really good artichokes. Yeah, these are the Piggly Wiggly. It was basically about $10 for the artichokes. Yeah, it was. The artichokes weren't cheap. It was like $2 and something a little jar. So you could cut the recipe in half. So we've got these artichokes off in here. Oh, I ain't put my cream in here yet. I didn't put the cream in there yet because I did not want the cheese yet, so I'm gonna end up having to use some cornstarch. So go ahead and put them artichokes in. I'm going to show you what we're looking like again over here. That's what we're looking like. That's nice and beautiful. Nice pretty colors. It's going to be a really good artichoke dip when we're done with it. So I'm going to add the cream and we'll be back. Alright guys, so we're back. Show you what we got going on over here. I got some tortilla chips frying. I ended up having to add some cornstarch to this. I'm going to blend this up in a blender. That's how we did it. You can leave it chunky if you want, but it's going to be so much prettier when I throw it in that blender. Well, not really blender, but it's an immersion blender. You see what I'm saying? I got a big jumbo, and it don't require one of these this big. I just got a big one. You can use one of the little KitchenAid ones. Let's see. Keep these tortilla chips stirred. This grease needed to have been a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna dump this grease after these chips are cooked. Usually you want to use brand new grease when you're doing chips. Things are tight, so I'm just I'll save a little money by frying the chips. Let's see. And they're going to be better. Hot and fresh. Alright. One thing I did forget that y'all can do is used to, like Joyce Joyce is the one who showed me how to make this. Joyce and Alphonse. That was 1 pound 9 ounces of chips. It's gonna make a lot. She would save a little bit of spinach, and we could have actually put more spinach in this. So we end up you end up throwing some of the raw spinach in at the end, and it makes it a nice, prettier color, a little nice greener. Because when you cook spinach, it starts turning a different color. Let them chips cook a little longer. Let's see. Show y'all what we got here. This is enough for a big party, so I would, you know, you can cut this recipe in half. I'm gonna I'm gonna freeze some of this stuff. That way I just had to make it the one time. This stuff can be frozen. Make this little party tray here. And you can add a little more cheese if you want, or like I said, some more, or you can do a little heavier on the cornstarch. This is a pretty good consistency though for to dip these chips in. Pull these things out. I've been pulling them out of here like this. I've been just salting them there, and then I've been dumping them in my bowl. Go ahead and just cook the rest of these off. I'll discard this grease after we're done with this video. And then we're just going to get some of these chips. That bag of tortillas cost me, I think, $2 or something like that. So you may just want to go to the store and get your own. I like doing these, you know, just showing y'all a different option. Pita chips are good with this dip too. Fixing to give it a little try. See, it stayed on the chip pretty good. It's a good old base recipe. You can add more spinach if you want. It could have used another bag of spinach if you want to go that route. The artichoke, that's a perfect amount of artichoke. But I'm gonna give you the recipe now. 8 ounces Parmesan cheese, 2 julienne onions, 15 ounces of dried artichoke weight, 20 ounces of spinach, fresh. 1 tablespoon of fresh garlic, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, pinch of nutmeg, 1.5 pounds of the cream cheese. And then to thicken that with, I did 1 cup, one half cup of cornstarch and 1/2 cup of the water, and it was 1 quart cream, 1 quart chicken stock. And you can just go with the cream. I was trying to save money because the cream is expensive. I could have just did a half recipe. That's what I should have done. I don't know. I just start making these recipes and I just do it freestyle. So looking back, you can cut this in half and do good. And if you just want to do 1 quart of cream and cut the chicken stock out completely, it'll be better. You know. But anyways, I'm gonna show y'all the show y'all a thing. Y'all can freeze frame it and get it down. Anyways, I hope y'all like what y'all seen. Till next time, y'all have a blessed weekend.